Oh, I've been wanting to talk about this movie for a long, long time. Drag Me to Hell came out in 2009. I first heard about this when Justin Long was on the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. Sorry, I'm going to clear off this table after I'm done with this. But he was talking about it. They showed a clip, and it's uninteresting. I saw the trailers and everything. I did not buy this movie when it came out. I rented it because my mom always said, hey, you should rent the movie first before you buy it, in case you didn't like it. And that proved because she made me buy Daredevil on VHS, and that movie, not so good. I don't hate it, but... So I rented it, and I never bought it. While I didn't hate the movie's ending pissed me the fuck off. Because, and I'm not always defend my opinion on it, it shouldn't have went down that way. And I'll explain what I get there. But the story is simple. Alison Lohman plays Christine. She works at a bank, and she's approached by a Mrs. Ganesh, who is behind on her payments, and the bank is going to foreclose on her home. And she wants an extension. So Christine goes to talk to her bank manager, and the bank manager says, it's up to you. Christine wants this promotion, so she denies the extension. And Mrs. Gaddis, tries to beg to her, and she's like, just get off. And she's like, oh, you shame me. And it's just like, no, she just didn't want you pulling on her dress, you crazy old woman. So this woman attacks her in her car. How she figured out which car was hers, I don't know. And curses her with her own button. She curses it, she gives it back to her, and it curses her that in, 3 days, I think is the thing, she will be dragged to hell. We see the thing at the beginning of this film, what's going to happen. So we know what's going to happen. And you're like, okay, so since we already saw what's going to happen, it's not going to happen. But Sam Raimi's one of those directors that subverts your expectation. Just when you think something's not going to happen, it does happen. And he's well known to screw over his main characters. Like Ash from the Evil Dead franchise has been screwed over more than anything. Which is why his original ending for Army of Darkness was Ash getting screwed once again. I slept too long! And which is why the ending, which I won't spoil, is a little bit kind of like that screwing over Ash mentality of Ash vs. Evil Dead, like that. Here, though, I feel like... Okay, so... Basically, this whole movie is her trying to get this curse off. She goes to great lengths. She goes to this guy who looks like a fat Johnny Depp. And he tells her, you can sacrifice, an animal to appease them. So she sacrifices a cat, even though she's vegetarian. It doesn't work. So they're trying to do this whole seance. And it becomes a very Sam Raimi type thing with a talking goat puppet and demonic lady, demonic dude. Very, very Sam Raimi scene. Very good, too. I think it's one of the better parts of this. For the most part, the unsettledness, the unsettling nature of this whole, thing, this whole ordeal she's going through, he does it perfectly, showing this. Maybe a little less CGI. I mean, Sam Raimi is known for doing practical stuff. There's a lot of CGI in this that's kind of... nah. So, shortly after, she does get the curse, she goes to talk to Mrs. Gaddis, finds out she died shortly after what had happened. And apparently her whole family hates Christine now. Which, she was just doing her job. She does admit later to her boyfriend, played by Justin Long, that she could have given her an extension, but she didn't. She also finds out her co-worker is kind of secretly working for another bank, selling... information to them. So, yeah, it's basically her trying to get rid of it. Finally, she finds out that if she makes a gift of the button and gifts it to someone, it will pass the curse on to them. She plans to do it on the guy who's, as I mentioned, giving away secrets to another company, but he cries, so she can't do it. She can't willingly give it to someone who's a human being who's alive. By the fact that she killed a kitty cat. But anyway, she can't do that. And so she talks to the fat Johnny Depp and asks him, do they have to be alive? To which he says, no. So she digs up Mrs. Ganesh, who looks way too decomposed for just a few days. Remember, he said that she has 3 days until the curse takes her over. This thing looks like it's been decomposed for months, maybe a year. She's all decomposed. I get that bodies decompose fast, but not this fast. I don't think she would look this decomposed. You can already see sort of skeleton things on her. She's like a zombie already. It doesn't make any sense to me, but this is a fantastic sequence where she tries to stick it in her hand, but she can't open the hand, and then it grabs a piece of her hair, and then it's raining the whole time. And Sam Raimi, look, I'm not saying he did it on purpose, I'm not saying he didn't, but Alison Lohman is not wearing a bra in this scene. And, they assign wardrobe to actors and actresses. And you put Alison Lohman in a t-shirt with no bra, and then proceed to drown her in water. And you can see the nips. Yeah, I'm on to you, Raimi. I'm on to you, you little horny bastard. Anyway, so it's fantastic. The thing bobs up, the body bobs up on her, everything fantastic. And she gives it, shoves it down her throat, and then climbs out. And there's a great transition from here to there to going in the shower. And now her life is starting back to normal. She's pretty much guaranteed this promotion. She gets this jacket by begging. She's off with her boyfriend. They're at the train station, and they're going to on a vacation of some sort, a trip or something. And this is the ending. Now, prior to the climax with the grave, we are shown that she's in a car with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend is obsessed with a special quarter of his that he has on an envelope. She also has an envelope with the button in it. And during this, she ends up dropping it in the car. She picks it back up. Now, those who are smart can figure out that that's not going to be the button in the envelope. However, I had a different thought when this ending had started. So, she's talking to him. She's telling him about how she could have granted the extension, but she didn't. And then he talks about how, oh, hey, I think there was a mix-up. You have my quarter. And he pulls out the button. And as soon as he does it, I'm like, oh my God, Justin Long gonna die. Because he's holding the button. So technically, he should be the one to die. But no, Christine dies. And I've always thought that was the wrong way. Yes, I know they made a big deal about how you have to gift it for it to be transferred. But it should be who's ever holding the damn button when time is up, that's it. How much more, Sam Raimi likes to screw over his main characters. And I know, sending her to hell is screwing over, but how much more of a screw job would it have been for her to think her life's finally going to go the way she wants, she's going to be happy. It even shows Justin Long with a wedding ring, or an engagement ring. So that's what I'm like, oh, he's going down, But she dies. How much more of a, think about this. And this makes more sense to me. This old woman, unjustly I might add, curses this young woman because she won't grant her an extension. Now, yes, she had personal reasons for it, but how many times does she need an extension before she pays the damn bills? I'm just saying. I mean, even if she had got an extension, how long would it be before she came back begging for another one? I'm just saying, it's never really justified why she does this. I'm completely on Christine's side in this situation. This old lady had no right to curse her. But as far as the curse goes, Wouldn't it make more sense if that she went through this whole ordeal trying to get rid of the curse, and in the end, it still gets her, but it screws up her perfect life she thinks she has, and kills off her boyfriend, so now she's forced. She still pays the price for what she did, even though she doesn't need to pay the price, but now she's alone. And what more is when he's, do it this way, when he's taken under, something flies up, lands in front of her, opens up, it's the engagement ring, and she sees him falling into hell as the thing pops up. And that shows her she just got screwed. That's a much better ending than her dying just because the curse says she has to. To me, Justin Long's death would have been better than hers. But that's how it ends. It just ends with her death. As it stands, this is not a bad film. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. The ending dips it down for me. The ending always frustrates me. I never will get why she had to die just because it was her. The curse was on her. He was holding the button. He should have died. I don't care what you say. It's a 7. So what are your thoughts on Drag Me to Hell? Leave it in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one.